Welcome to Glasgow 2024 Presents Meet the Author, and we are speaking with E.M. Faulds. Hello, Beth, how are you?
Hello, I'm good.
Good, good, glad to hear it. We have 10 questions, fixed questions that are varied, shall we say, but not too taxing, I don't think so. But we shall find out because we'll dive right in with question number one, which is, where are you based?
I'm based in a small town near Glasgow.
Very good. I know that to be true.
You've been to my
um,
house.
so this brings us neatly on to the second question, slightly, which is, what is your experience or your impression of Scotland?
I love it. Yeah, when I first moved to the UK, I spent time in England first, and then I moved up to Scotland when I met my partner. And I would never really thought about going back since, really. I just love it up here.
Good, good, yeah. It's an interesting question that, in the sense that obviously it can be. I've lived in Scotland all my life, so some authors or some guests, I should say, will approach that question in quite a different way. But yeah, so that's good. That's good. Um, Now, question three is to give an elevator pitch, although we've had some varied interpretations of what an elevator pitch sounds like. An elevator pitch for your book. So you
Ah,
can pick whichever book you
I've got one
like.
here. Got one here. Look, I
One
even
you
came
prepared
prepared.
earlier. Excellent.
Yeah, so 15 short stories, all female or female adjacent protagonists. So there's an AI, for example, who feels like a female person because they nurture their crew, etc. But they all approach life very differently. Some are quite sort of filled with emotion and passion and things like that, and others are quite chill and cozy, and there's lots of different ways of looking at it, and they're all science fiction and fantasy, or there's a slight amount of horror in there, but not very much, nothing gory. Not that there's anything wrong with that if you enjoyed it.
Well, I'm glad you picked that particular book because I've read it and it's very good. And I'm not supposed to be biased, I suppose, but it is. It's very good. I think that's an objective opinion. So excellent. Now, question number four is, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Vanilla, strangely. Like, people think vanilla is the worst choice, but it's really, like, if you get a good vanilla, it's very, very tasty.
This is true. I can
You
I
put
can
chocolate on top of
support
it,
that. Yeah, yeah.
and
The
with it.
getting the good ones the key because there are some less than good ones. But
Yeah.
yes, good answer. Good answer. Um, Now this one, considering you've just presented the book of short stories, this might be a slightly trickier question. I don't know. You pick one from 15, was it? But who is your main character?
Oh yeah. They're women or girls, I guess. So my main character. I think one of the strongest characters who I have a great deal of affection for is Chef Anna in Isadora's Kitchen. She's she really reminds me of I don't know if you've ever watched Orange is the New Black,
I
but
have actually.
there's the Russian cook who's called Red, who's quite tough, and she's a slightly less sort of prison duffed up kind of version of her in my head.
Cool. A slightly less Russian version, but still,
Yes. And
yeah.
she's sort of got a slightly, I don't know, she feels slightly Eastern European to me,
Uh,
but she's not
uh,
meant to be. She's not meant to be anything in particular. I don't know
no,
the
no, no.
fantasy world that she lives in.
Hmm.
But she does talk about people going to Paris and stuff. So maybe it's somewhere in Europe.
I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, interesting. Okay, we are on question number six, which is Star Trek or Star Wars?
Well, I see. I wouldn't call myself a Trekkie, but I've watched basically every bit of Trek that I've ever that has been accessible to me. Because some of them are on different channels now, but everything that I've been able to watch, I've watched all of it.
Mhm.
I wouldn't call myself a Trek fan. I've watched all of the Star Wars that I've been able to do, except some of the animated ones. I didn't get all the way through them because there was a lot. But I think. I'm halfway between. I'm a Trek Warser.
That's fair enough. I can accept that.
I mean, Star Wars was one of the first videos we had in our house for a video player when in the 80s. So like, it got worn out.
Okay. Question number 7. Have you attended Worldcon before?
Yes, I've attended my first Worldcon in Dublin in 2019, and this is the second Worldcon I'll be going to in 2024 because it's based around this neck of the woods. I mean, I can't really not go. It's just down the road.
It'd be rude not to, really.
Yeah. Everyone's been putting such a lot of work in, and it's been great to see.
No, like you, Dublin was my first, and it really was an eye opener. It's actually my first convention, so
Wow, that's a big one.
what a good one to go to. So yes, obviously there's a lot of work going on
My first convention
to
was
try and match that.
my first
With,
convention was Satellite in Glasgow, and it was much smaller. It was a little bit easier,
yes,
easing myself into the whole thing, and then
yes, but
the
just a
Worldcon.
stone's throw, obviously from where Worldcon, Glasgow Worldcon will be.
Well,
Uh,
I mean, literally, you
yeah,
could probably hit things, wouldn't it? Can you?
definitely break windows. Yeah, yeah. Not that we're advocating breaking windows, obviously, but no, that's good. That's a good answer. So, question number 8: what inspires you to write?
Well, it inspires me to write at all.
At
I think
all,
it's
or inspires or inspired, or yeah,
I don't know. I've
or
always
pick an
wanted.
example. That's because that is quite a broad question, isn't
Yeah.
it?
No, since I was about 6, I decided I wanted to be a writer. It just was always like, that whole thing of the thing you want to do when you're a kid is your true calling. I mean, some people wanted to be astronauts, and maybe that's a bit far. But then again, they might have gone into astronomy or something like that as
Mm-hmm.
well. But no, I was always like, yes, I will be a writer. And it's sort of like I used to narrate what I was doing in my head as I was doing it as a child for fun. So like I don't think I had a choice, to be honest. And now it's sort of like exercising the idea before it drives you mad.
Oh yes, that getting it out of your head sort of thing. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. No, that's excellent. That's 6. Yeah, that's a pretty early decision, isn't it? Yeah.
You think I'd be
Excellent.
better at it by now.
No. I'm not having that. I'm not having
I mean, I didn't
that.
spend all the time between now and when I
No.
was 6 writing, unfortunately. If I did, I'd probably be a bit better, but I
Oh.
tried I tried the real life approach.
Well, I've got no complaints with anything of yours that I read, so I'm not going to accept that self-deprecation. I'm sorry. um, question 9: what or no favorite band or music?
I think I'm with Kat Hellison on this. We both like the Manic Street Preachers quite a
Uh,
lot. So, I mean, I'm not much of a fan of things generally. I don't follow
uh,
one group exclusively, but I do like them. Some are like probably some parts of Fleetwood Mac, but like
yeah,
that's a
yeah, yeah. No,
bit.
with you on that. With you on that.
Mm.
Very good, very good. And final question, number 10: what are you writing next or now that's new?
Now, I'm currently writing basically a science fiction Promethean story, which I hope will be maybe in the Glasgow Science Fiction Writers Circle anthology.
Do
So
tell us about the Glasgow Science Fiction Writers Circle anthology
well,
a little
we
bit,
have a writer circle in
if you
Glasgow
can.
that don't just do science fiction. It's more speculative fiction than science fiction, really. So anything from horror and fantasy, any of it that is based in those genres. And we decided that for Glasgow Worldcon, we should probably put out an anthology to showcase our group of talent. So that's what we're doing. And
Excellent.
yeah, I mean, obviously, like it's difficult to say whether or not something will be in an anthology
Yeah.
this far in advance because we're recording in 2023. So I have to think about that one. So we'll have to see if it does make it in. But yeah, that's what I'm currently working on. Aye.
Excellent.
And the polite person in me says, and you? What are you doing?
Well, and it's very polite of you to ask, but I couldn't possibly talk about it in this forum. But yes, I've got something on the go at the moment, but don't we always?
Yeah, no, I've got about 1,600 like
Yeah. I
unfinished
just opened this
projects
drawer
to.
here. Yeah, no. Um,
Yeah.
Now that's very interesting, and I have read previous Glasgow SF Writers Circle anthologies, of which I think there are two, and they are very good. So that's exciting to hear. Beth, thank you very much. You've survived the 10 questions.
My pleasure.
And it was a pleasure to speak to you. Thank you very much. For Glasgow in 2024 Worldcon, there is Beth's book. It's very good. I've read it. Check it out. But the important message I must leave you with is to sign up for Glasgow 2024 if you have not already, because the ticket prices increase at the end of April. And so there are certain discounted rates available, but the prices will go up. So if you're thinking about it, if you're on the fence, please do sign up, because that will determine the budget that we're able to spend on the convention. So please do that.
And this is my guarantee. If you sign up and you can find me, I will buy you a beer if you
Whoa!
mention this video.
That's quite the statement there. Do you know how widely this video will circulate?
Well, if they can come and if they can find me, I'm
well,
quite
so
anonymous.
you'll need to go into hiding during Glasgow 2024. No, that's a great offer, and I think that's probably a note on which to leave it. Beth Faulds, thank you very much.
Thank you.